So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Kalispera σε όλους. A warm welcome here to this magnificent stadium of Georgios Karaiskakis, which will host tomorrow the 2023 UEFA Super Cup. As you can see, we are ready to start with the press conference of Manchester City. We're glad to have here on stage, as you can see, the head coach, Pep Guardiola. There is simultaneous translation in English, Spanish and Greek. So please wait for the microphone from our volunteers. Raise your hand, and I think we are ready to start. Alex, you can take.
Thank you. Just down at the front, please. Thank you.
Just want to see if there's an update on Kevin De Bruyne.
And some reports in Belgium about it could be quite serious.
Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. Buenas tardes. How is buenas tardes in English?
Kalispera.
Kalispera.
Good.
It's serious danger. We have to decide is surgery or no surgery, but will be a few months out.
Just advice.
Yeah, hi, Pep. When will that decision be made about surgery? When he
Next days.
in the next stage? And what's the sort of worst case scenario that you're looking at? New year maybe, or?
But surgery will be, I don't know, 3-4 months out. I think so.
And there was a bit of good news today, Pep, with Rico Lewis's new contract. That's something for you to be happy about.
You cannot imagine. So it's, when a player for the academy extends 5 years contract, is a reality for us. It's a huge compliment for all the instructors, for the academy, for the scouting when he picked him up with 6-7 years old, 8 years old, and all the managers have been with him, educate him. I was fortunate to know his father and mother, and he's an incredible person. So for us it's incredible. So to have for the club to have a player for the academy will be for a long time with us. It's amazing.
Where's next?
Simon.
Hi, Pep. You've obviously got a lot of options, even though Kevin's injured. Rico, Kovacic, Foden, Bernardo. Is James McAtee also an option this season, or
Yeah, of course.
is he going to stay with you rather than go out on loan?
No, first of all, I had to say the injury for Kevin is so blow for us, so it's a big loss. Kevin having specific qualities and that you can lost it, for 1 game, 2 games, but for a long time it's really tough for us. But at the same time, we have to look forward, and of course we have alternatives there, differing skills, because the skills for Kevin is irreplaceable, but we have a different talent players, and it's an opportunity. Life gives you that, when he's injured, you have an opportunity for the other one. So, and I'm pretty sure they will take it.
Stay, please.
Sorry. Good afternoon, Pep. My name is Omar Akatuba from BeanymanSports, Nigeria. Since you moved to England, you've more or less dominated the Premier League. But in the Champions League, you tried, and last season you won it. Having won the Champions League, did that sort of take some pressure off your shoulders, if there was any at all?
I have to admit, it's a relief for all the club, of course. You have to tell you as well that you can be 7 years, 1 decade, 20 years, 30 years, and you don't win the Champions League. So it's a difficult title to win. It's of course a real relief, but it's not enough. Otherwise, will be everybody at home. Myself as a manager and all the players saying, okay, we have done it, go home. And we are here, we are hungry enough and to compete, and especially to challenge ourselves, to prove ourselves. If there's someone want to take our 3 crowns, hopefully they can fight against us to take it. So we want to defend what we won last season.
Good afternoon, Pep. Do you have plans to include Joško Gvardiol already in tomorrow's match, or will he wait for his debut in Premier League? Thank you.
I was really pleased for his debut. Unfortunately, we didn't have much time to train all together for the schedule that we have. After the game against Newcastle, we have 8 days to training sessions, so they're step by step can learn, but of course he's here, and we decide to play. He's more than ready to do it.
Paul?
Thank you.
Hi, Pep. Just coming back to
Kevin. Has he been to see Dr. Cugat in Barcelona? Is that part of his...
In that case, Ramon saw Dr. Cugat saw the images. He did them personally, and the important is they have 2 or 3 doctors. They have the same opinion, more or less, what they have to do.
And you talked about opportunities earlier for players to come in. Phil's played that central role before. Is that now a challenge for him?
I can play there, but can play outside as well. So we have Kova play there. So we have alternatives. So since day one, the club over gave me a really good squad, and we're going to find a solution.
Graham at the back.
Good afternoon, Graham Hunter from UEFA here. I'm really interested in 2 things. One, how you assess Sevilla as a rival, what you think of them and their football identity. And also, although it's not normally a time for romantic ideas, the fact that Jesus Navas, a player that made so many good years for you at City, is still playing and still important, is one of the good stories in football.
Absolutely. First of all, to be here in this press conference to play tomorrow, the game you have to do 2 extraordinary things: win a Champions League or Europa League. And I have to say, this is not easy. So maybe for Sevilla it's easier because we won a lot the Europa League. So I remember once when they beat Barcelona 3-0 in the Super Cup in this position. Sevilla is a team, like I would say that when he play good, they win for the many things, but they have a special character. The resilience in the bad moments, in the play the finals, that is not necessary to play at top level, always are there. They have something in his DNA that make this team and this club different. So now I have the feeling that the last weekend make them more dangerous against us. You have to talk mentally strong, what you have to do. And but you cannot imagine how incredible happy we are to be here to play this game, because you have to win the Champions League. And this opportunity, we want to take it, because who knows when we're going to come back here to play this tournament. And what Jesus what could I say? So maybe knowing now, maybe I would have extended the contract when we were together, and at the end, after the first season, we took a decision. Like, it was an old team in that period. I said many times, more than 11, 12, 30 players, more than 30 years old, and you should refresh mentally the team. And that's why they make in that year a lot of changes. But that, it's incredible still with 37, 38 players, and I know how commitment is in his club, captain of Sevilla. So, and I'm really pleased to see him tomorrow and say hi to him.
Allow me 2 very quick things. Our favourites, your team Depar's favourites or Seville? What do you think? And the second thing, transcends a little bit through the final. I'm talking about the market, about a very competitive player like Sergio Ramos arriving in Seville. Do you have anything to say about that? Would you like to see him there? Well, it's a tough question to ask, really. It's a tough question to answer, really. Sergio Ramos's career is extraordinary. Obviously, going back home to finish, close the circle, is a great end to a player's career. And as for analysing which team is favourite, I would say it's too early to analyse who would be favourites with only one game, in our legs. With Barcelona, we had 25 days until we had our first official game after the Champions League. I think we had 4 or 5 days to train, so times have changed a lot. So you never know. Maybe Sevilla is going to have good chances, of course. But people don't have enough rest, physically or mentally, these days. So these days the schedules force you to play very important games against very tough rivals these days. But it's a pity we didn't have those 25 days of rest. So favourites, I have the feeling, excuse my arrogance, but I would say that Man City are favourites. But we have our quality, but of course we know that there are really no favourites. I saw the second game against Sevilla, or the second leg of Sevilla against United at home, and I saw United very weak and thinking, they're going to concede 4 goals. So Sevilla can be a very strong team, and they know how to compete really well. So we know how difficult it is going to be tomorrow.
Last two, please, guys. Jamie and then Jack.
Hi, Pep. Just with regard to Kevin, they've had a few days since it happened at Burnley. Is it just bad luck it happened, or was he maybe played too soon, considering what had happened?
Give me 25 days of preparation. Give me 25 days, and you will not be injured. And of course, we could say don't play, but I would say if he's injured in minute 65, 17, maybe it will be more responsibility. But it is 50 minutes. It's because. But before they take a decision, I spoke with the doctors, the physios, with him, and he told me I feel good. I said, okay, it's better start half time, 40 minutes, and after second time. But unfortunately, it happened.
And if the club were to say to you, Pep, would you like a reinforcement? Would you like a new player to help you with Kevin being out? Would you say yes, please?
A reinforcement player?
Well, a new player from another club, a new signing.
We will see. We will see. Now after what happened, we don't talk with Chiqui. We will see it, and we will see the chances, the possibilities, and we will see.
Hiya, Pep. You're talking about sort of being excited for the game tomorrow. How important is it for yourself and the club? Because it feels like if they win tomorrow, it's another sort of legacy trophy for this group of players.
Absolutely. For Man City, never get that trophy because you have to win Champions League, Europa League to be here, to be invited to be here. So that's why I think everybody knows that maybe we'll not come back again. Hopefully, but maybe not. And once we are here, we have to try to beat, of course. When you have this opportunity to win a trophy in Europe, it doesn't matter. It will be in December when we go to Saudi Arabia to play the World Cup, so we have to try to do it. And I'm pretty sure the team is happy, relaxed, satisfied. All the big adjectives to describe what an honor is, to play that competition, and yeah, we go for it.
And Stefan Ortega has been Bayern Munich. Seems like they want to sign him. What are your thoughts on that? And is it too late in the transfer window to be allowing a number 2 goalkeeper to leave?
It will be a problem to lose it. First for the quality. When we bring him here because Chairman Isidore sent me a clips and by me, this is the keeper that maybe we need. I didn't know him. He's playing for relegated from Bundesliga. And I saw him, I said, oh, looked good. But since the day one, I said, oh, what a keeper we have. You know how many important games he played, how many saves. We don't want to sell him. We don't want to allow him. We need him, yes, but like many cases, it depends of 3 parts, because after that, if we lose Stefan at 2 weeks out of the market, we have to go to pick up a keeper. And it's not easy now, and you have to pay transfer, and it's not easy. We want him. I'm sorry, but we want him, yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You guys will continue with press conference players Manuel Akanji and Rodri in a few moments. Thank you.